Hi, I'm Richard. I am a compulsive overeater. In my absence is three-weighed and measured meals today off the gray sheet. I write my food down. I commit my food to my sponsor, weigh measure without exception. I don't eat no matter what. And as a result of these actions and the grace of God, one day at a time, I've been abstinent from compulsive overeating since February 15th of 1990. Abstinence is the most important practice that I do, and I like to call it a practice. I don't have to debate about whether it's more important than job, God, family, my food, whatever. It is a practice, like throwing the ball before the game, a yoga practice, or even just brushing my teeth. Uh, However, it is the most important practice that I have. I want to thank the booker. I forgot who it was. This is I I had a anniversary on um, blank out February 15th of this year, 34 years, and I didn't really get around to getting this talk booked until I couldn't get it in those 30 days. So this is a celebration of my 34th year. And I also want to thank Ben for uh, timing with your excellent gadget, your wig, whatever it is. And also, congratulations to the day counters. We all had day one, and you never know when this is the last day one. So keep coming back. Don't leave 5 minutes before the miracle. Okay, how did I start? Well, I got started on this because got into 12 step programs through Al Anon because my wife of the time, if I refer to my wife, I've only had one. She's now my ex-wife. Um, so she got tired of drinking and demanded that I demanded I go to Al-Anon if she went to AA. And I'm grateful I did that. It relieved a lot of the shame that I carried about how bad I felt about myself. And I learned a lot of important principles, uh, but it didn't really address the food problem. Wasn't meant to, but it's how I started. And what I saw is in the meetings, I see people who, you hear after the meeting, so and so does this, so and so does this. And you pick up conversations. And I knew that some people were in OA at the time. And, they'd lose weight, their eyes would light up. And it was very attractive. And at the time, I was struggling. And so I struggled with my four-step, and I was gaining weight, and I had weight that I didn't know what to do with. And I'll just throw out my pictures here real quick. Yeah, here's probably, yeah, you can see me in my suit that I couldn't wear after I got abstinent. Here's another picture of me. I everybody said I carried my weight well. Um, so I will ask you with this next picture, if I can find it. Uh, just how well did I carry my weight? This is my favorite one. I was swimming in Barton Springs trying to lose weight. This was 7 years and 9 months before I got abstinent. And then finally, I'll throw out this picture, which is 1 year and 10 months after I got abstinent. This is not my wife on the with my finger over her face here. Uh, and This is me scuba diving at Grand Cayman in 1992. And you can see there's a lot of different place, different reason, and a different outlook on life. enough of these. We'll go back to some of these later, maybe. I guess I'll just show this one. So you see, this is me when I'm probably 9 or 10 maybe. And you know, I wasn't overweight. I didn't have, let's see, what's his face? It's got a date on it, right? 1959. I was 9 years old then. So I didn't have how can I say? You know, I learned how to overeat. I didn't do it naturally. And I understand it better now. But it took a long time to get to that point. I just knew that on my 40th birthday, that, let's see, actually, when I was 30, my department at work weighed in and I was like 200 pounds. I, 50, 60 pounds over what I am now. Maybe a little more, but when my weight when I came in, the maximum I ever saw was 215. And once I got abstinent, wow, I lost weight real quick because of my metabolism. It has nothing to do with me being a man or exercise or anything like that. It's just the genes I got. And so, as I said, I was in Al-Anon. I saw people that were losing weight, going to OA, and I asked them which meeting they went to. They directed me to the old Quarry meeting here in Austin. I stood up. I got a sponsor. Uh, I got a gray sheet like this one. Still have it, and I weigh and measure my food off of this gray sheet. And got a desire chip. I mean, part of it is I like the idea of having a desire chip. And I started on the journey. And by the end of the first week, the ripples of recovery had gone out quickly enough in my life that I knew I was not ready to quit. And the first thought was, I'll do this. I should give this a 30-day try. I should give it an honest try. And I'll lose my weight, which I could see it worked. And I'm out of this fat farm. But as I said, by the end of the first week, the other effects on my life were profound enough that I did not wish to leave. I really had a lot of recovery to do. We have a disease which is incurable, progressive, and terminal. And the incurable means no matter how long I'm abstinent, I'm an addict. It's just that food happens to be what I choose. And it's progressive, which means if I go out now, it'll be worse than ever. If I decide I can eat normally, and which I have no clue about eating normally, I never have. And finally, it's terminal, which for me means I will probably wish to do myself in if the health effects of overeating don't get me, the depression and my emotions will. And I have I've got evidence to back that up. You can call me if you want to hear about it. So I had a really broad recovery, and I was active in Al-Anon. So, and as part of the recovery, I would hang out with the AA group that my wife was part of. And I would listen to speaker tapes. I bought a big book, which I still have, because it has all my notes in it. The third edition. I love it.
Richard, that's 10 minutes down. You have 5 to go.
Okay, thank you. We'll see how far through this I get. Um, and this was important because I could see myself. Uh, and it gave me a great deal of relief that there was an opportunity for me to, uh, I just didn't know how to live. And that gave me an opportunity. I also went to AA conferences. I listened to AA speaker tapes. And in the car, especially, I would listen to these things. I would analyze them. If something went by that I didn't exactly understand, backspace for 10 seconds, listen to it again. And so I studied the literature, and that was important. Uh, I suffered a great deal from shame, which is, uh, it's like if something goes wrong in the room, it's your fault. It was my fault. And I would suffer from like these shame meltdowns where I wanted to crawl under the carpet. I was a worm. I was the worst possible existing person in the world. That's the feeling. And then suddenly everything becomes difficult. Even you had to think about everything. Nothing was spontaneous. And something which was key to my recovery was uh, a tape from John Bradshaw called Healing the Shame That Binds. No, that's his book. You can find his talks on YouTube. I'd recommend it if you think you have a shame problem. And finally, his book Healing the Shame That Binds was, though I never read through it, I probably read the first several sections many times. It took me, but by the way, it took me 20 or 25 years to get in touch with this little kid inside of me who was scared to death. And I have to treat him better than I did. I just got a couple of minutes here. Wow. Uh, I, for years I tried to whip him into shape. Eventually, I learned that he was the one that was saying, "This isn't going to go. This isn't going to go well. Oh my God, there is doom and gloom here."
2 minutes left.
Yep. And he said, and he would also be the one that would uh, uh, I would have conversations with my in my head, telling somebody off, giving them a what for, and he was the one that was doing it. And I finally had the way I dealt with this is instead of trying to subdue him or judgments about it, I now embrace him and I say, Richard, I love you, kid. I need you. And you don't have to be afraid. I'm an adult. We know I can do this with you, but you got to trust me. And this was the major turning point for me. There was a lot of others. I guess the answer is that there's a lot of changes and there's a whole lot of transformation in this, for me, in this program. Uh, my higher power has changed. That's evolved through the years. And I, wow, okay. So this program is not about getting good. It's about being absent from compulsive overeating. For me, food was my go-to for problems that I could not solve, and I believed I needed to. And uh, I became emotionally attached to the food and could not do anything about it. So the surrender, weighing and measuring, I've had many miracles, and You know, just weigh and measure your food and deal with the rest of the problems. The steps work pretty well. Meetings help, outreach calls help. And my time is up. Thank you.